You might think you've seen every kind of drama out there, but this one is something else entirely. Chrissy Lampkin, yes, the reality TV star, suddenly collapsed in court today, but it wasn't because of nerves or to get attention. This was real. Everything she had built seemed to be falling apart right in front of everyone, and nobody saw what happened next coming. That's when Camron appeared. You know, that Camron. He was the last person anyone expected to be involved, let alone bringing serious evidence. But he showed up with proof. Not just rumors or gossip, but secret recordings, documents, and files no one thought would ever come out. This wasn't just a regular court case anymore. It turned into something much bigger, something that could destroy Chrissy's life and career. The day started like any other big court appearance. Paparazzi flashing their cameras. Fans gathered outside, hoping to catch a glimpse. Chrissy entered looking like she had it all under control. Sunglasses on, hair perfect, heels clicking confidently on the steps. On the surface, she seemed calm. But behind that polished look was someone barely holding it together. And quietly sitting inside the courtroom, Camron. They hadn't talked for years. But this wasn't a friendly meeting. He was there for one purpose: to take her down. At first, the room was too quiet. That kind of silence that feels like something big is about to happen. The judge walked in, lawyers nodded to each other, and then something unexpected happened. A silver briefcase slid across the prosecutor's table. A tag on it said, "The Chrissy Files." Suddenly, the whole atmosphere changed. This wasn't just another court battle. Something serious was about to be revealed. The prosecutor opened the case and plugged in a flash drive. Screens lit up with images, hundreds of screenshots, deleted texts, group chats, private WhatsApp messages. Chrissy sat there, her nails tapping nervously on the desk. Then came a voice recording, and the room went silent. It was Chrissy's voice, angry and harsh. "If they think I'm letting Jim take the fall alone, they're crazy. I built this. I'm in charge." That clip alone sparked a media frenzy. Then security camera footage played, showing Chrissy in a private Miami hotel room. She was pacing and yelling on the phone to someone named G. She talked about money moves and said Camron had dirt on her. She even threatened that if he spoke up, she would ruin the entire Dipset brand. People gasped in the courtroom. Even the judge had to ask everyone to calm down. Chrissy's face changed right away. She turned pale, clenched her jaw, clearly shocked. Who was this G? And how did Camron get that footage? Most people don't know that Camron and Chrissy have a long history. Before the fame, before love and hip-hop, before the red carpets, they were close like family. But things went bad. Around 2018, a real estate deal went wrong, and a lot of money vanished. Sources say Camron was supposed to get paid, but never did. He stayed quiet until now. But this time, it wasn't about fame or attention. It was personal. More secrets came out. One showed that Chrissy moved nearly $150,000 from a women's charity to fund a luxury brand startup that never launched. Instead, the money paid for her new image. Stylists, makeup artists, and staged paparazzi photos, all bought with charity money meant for single moms. The IRS is now watching every step she takes. That wasn't all. There was also a non-disclosure agreement from 2018, signed by Chrissy, Jim, and Camron. It talked about a secret incident involving threats, hidden recording devices, and hush money. Somehow, Camron's team got a copy and submitted it to the court, page by page. Chrissy's lawyer tried to stop it, calling it old news and irrelevant, but the judge refused. That's when Chrissy finally broke. She leaned over to her lawyer and then started crying. Real tears. Not the kind you see on TV. Her lip quivered, mascara smudged, and she whispered, "He wasn't supposed to do this." Meanwhile, Camron showed no emotion. He just sat there, watching everything unfold. While everyone was focused on Chrissy falling apart, they missed what Camron's team did next. They brought out more accusations, financial records, witness statements, and reports from someone inside the Love and Hip Hop production team. According to these, Chrissy allegedly used the show's budget to pay for vacations and shopping trips, calling them business expenses. One of the worst accusations involved a young PR assistant. Chrissy reportedly convinced her to approve a fake invoice for $22,000, supposedly for media coverage that never happened. The money was actually spent on Chrissy's birthday yacht party in Turks and Caicos. That assistant now works at another TV network and is said to be ready to speak out publicly. Social media exploded. On Twitter, people called her out. "She always seemed shady," one wrote. Another said, "Finally, someone's exposing her." Even some celebrities joined in. A verified TV producer tweeted, "This is why I avoid reality stars pretending to be CEOs." Now, this isn't just Chrissy's reputation on the line, it's her whole future. The situation is looking more like a federal case than a public scandal. People are whispering about possible fraud, evidence tampering, and even RICO charges. Some say federal agents are waiting just outside the courtroom door. Chrissy's lawyer looked completely shaken, like he had aged right before everyone's eyes. Then the judge called for a break. Chrissy didn't move. She just sat there, her shoulders trembling, gripping a tissue tightly. Jim Jones was nowhere to be seen. Word was, he was avoiding the whole situation. Honestly, can you blame him? But the real surprise came after Cam presented his evidence. As the courtroom emptied and Chrissy was taken away, barely holding herself together, someone else entered from the back. Mama Jones. Yes, the woman known for never staying silent showed. Up, Bluetooth in her ear and holding what looked like a manila folder. If you know Mama Jones, you know she only appears when things are about to get serious. The folder, her timing, her presence, it all felt very deliberate. Camron saw her and smirked. He knew what was coming. Outside, reporters kept streaming. Live. Blogs had already started tagging Chrissy with the word "canceled." But inside the hallway, everything changed. Mama Jones didn't say much, but her expression spoke volumes. There was fire in her eyes. She wasn't there to comfort Chrissy. She came to confront her. She walked past security like she owned the place and went straight into a private witness room without hesitation. The door closed behind her, and her voice echoed through the vents. "Tell them what you did, Chrissy, or I will." Their history is messy. From their early days on Love and Hip Hop, they never got along. They argued about everything: money, control, Jim. What wasn't known until now was just how far Chrissy allegedly went to keep Mama Jones quiet. Right after Mama arrived, a leaked email appeared on a gossip blog showing Chrissy offered a producer $50,000 to cut Mama's scenes from season 4. Why? Because Mama was planning to expose Chrissy for secretly selling part of Jim's unreleased music catalog to a private investor in Atlanta without Jim knowing. That catalog wasn't hers to sell. Years have passed, but with everything falling, Mama Jones decided she won't stay quiet anymore. Insiders say she kept every bit of proof. Back in the courtroom, Chrissy was still stuck in the witness room, while Camron returned to his seat, calm and confident, like he knew the worst was finally catching up to Chrissy. Then, the prosecution dropped another bomb, a voicemail from Chrissy dated March 2020. In it, she panics over a missing wire transfer, yelling, "I told you to use the ghost account, not the F connection. Now they're tracing it." The name F immediately caught attention. There's no confirmed link to Lil Durk or his crew, but mentioning that name in a shady money trail raised serious concerns. The prosecutors quickly asked the judge to allow them to subpoena banking records from 2 Atlanta-based shell companies tied to Chrissy's business partners. But things escalated further. Moments later, the FBI showed up in the hallway, badges out, suits on. This was not a routine check. They asked to speak privately with Chrissy's lawyers, and court paused again. The tension was unbearable. Later, a legal intern leaked a text saying, "They found the offshore accounts. Boom, game over." People had whispered for years about Chrissy's sudden upgrades: luxury cars, expensive vacations, big investments, but no clear source of steady income. Now, it's alleged she moved money from reality shows, charity events, and brand deals into foreign accounts using 3 different names: CL Monroe, Christina Jones, and Vera Santiago. All had the same birth date and were linked to Panama. When this was read out loud, Camron didn't react. He leaned back, arms crossed, like he'd expected this since 2019. Meanwhile, Chrissy hadn't come back. Rumors said she was breaking down. Then, unexpectedly, someone no one thought would appear showed up: Jim Jones. No flashy jewelry, no big entrance, just a hoodie, sunglasses, and a tired look. He ignored reporters and didn't say a word to anyone. He walked straight to Mama Jones, whispered something in her ear, and hugged her. Seconds later, Chrissy appeared. Mascara was smeared down her cheeks. Her lips trembled. She looked broken. She reached for Jim's hand. He pulled away. Loud enough for everyone to hear, Jim said, "You lied to me for years, and now the feds know everything." Chrissy froze. She seemed to crumble under the weight of those words. Mama Jones turned her back, and Jim walked out. That was the end. The image of them as a couple was shattered. The internet exploded instantly. TikTok flooded with clips of Jim rejecting Chrissy. Headlines screamed, "Chrissy exposed," "Cam knew," "Mama Jones warned us." One person posted, "I always knew she was shady, played everyone but not Cam." Another wrote, "This isn't just drama, this is criminal." Then came the final blow. A new document from an anonymous former VH1 executive claimed Chrissy regularly paid editors to clean up her image, cutting out her angry outbursts, threats, and fights. In return, she gave them influencer perks and brand deals. One chilling line stood out. Chrissy used reality TV and every man around her to build an empire of lies. The judge paused, then announced the next step. A formal investigation hearing was set for next Friday. Until then, Chrissy must hand over her passport and cannot talk to the media about the case. Chrissy broke down again. She looked at her lawyer, then at Mama Jones, who refused to meet her eyes. She tried reaching for Jim, but he was gone. The couple was finished. The image of power was destroyed. As she left the courtroom, a voice echoed from the hall. Yandy Smith. "Oh, now you're quiet? But you had all that energy when it was me on trial." Boom. Another twist. Another rival. Rumor is, Yandy's been waiting for this moment for years and is ready to bring her own proof. Not over yet. More secrets will come out. More truths will be revealed, and the feds are closing in. Subscribe for more updates.